Economics, Standard 12, Unit 11, Economics of Development and Planning continued. Let us learn today the vicious circle of poverty. There are circular relationships known as the vicious circle of poverty that tend to perpetuate the low level of development in less developed countries. So the vicious circle of poverty tend to perpetuate the low level of development in less developed countries. Narkis explains the idea in these words. It implies a circular constellation of forces tending to act and react upon one another, in such a way as to keep a poor country in a state of poverty. For example, a poor man. A poor man may not have enough to eat. Being underfed, his health may be weak. Being physically weak, his working capacity is also low, which means he is a poor man, which in turn means that he will not have enough to eat and so on. So a poor man, underfed, being underfed, he is physically weak. When he becomes physically weak, he is not capable of working, and once again he becomes a poor man, with a man who cannot have enough to eat and so on, This example can be applied even for a country's economy. A situations of this sort relating to a country as a whole can be summed up in the propositions. A country is poor because the country is poor. A country is poor because the country is poor. You know the vicious circle of poverty, low per capita income, which results in low level of savings. As a result, low levels of investment and low productivity. Once again, it goes for low per capita income. So, the vicious circle of poverty operates both on the demand side and the supply side. It operates on both on supply side as well as on the demand side. So, when you just see on the demand side, low per capita income, so automatically a consumer demands less. So there will be low level of demand for that product. So when there is low level of demand for that product, then low levels of investment also will be there. So there will be low levels of physical and human capitals. As a result, the production also will be very low. So low productivity occurs, and automatically once again low per capita income results, and that is based on the low level on the demand side. Same way on supply side too. So low per capita income results in low level of savings. When the savings are less, then there is low levels of investment on capitals, both physical and human capitals. As a result, low productivity occurs, and low productivity just results in low per capita income of the person. So, the vicious circle of poverty operates both on the demand side and the supply side. The demand side of the vicious circle is that the low level of real income leads to a low level of demand, which in turn leads to a low rate of investment, and hence back, that is to deficiency of capital, low productivity and low income occurs. So both on supply side as well as on demand side, the vicious circle of poverty operates, and there is less development in the less developed countries. The vicious circle of poverty is associated with low rate of saving and investment on the supply side. We can clearly see this. Low per capita income just results on low level of savings. As a result, it just low levels of investment. So, the vicious circle of poverty is associated with low rate of saving and investment on the supply side. In UDCs, the rate of investment and capital formation can be stepped up without reduction in consumption. So consumption should be carried out, but at the same time, the rate of investment and capital formation can be stepped up. For this, the marginal rate of savings is to be greater than average rate of savings. So the marginal rate of saving is greater than the average rate of savings, then automatically the rate of investment and capital formation can be stepped up without reduction in consumption. Secondly, to break the vicious circle on the demand side, Narkis suggested the strategy of balanced growth. The strategy of balanced growth. If investment is made in several industries simultaneously, so investment is made in several industries simultaneously, the workers employed in various industries will become consumers of each other's products and will create demand for one another. So that is balanced growth, the strategy of balanced growth. So if investment is made in several industries simultaneously, the workers employed in various industries will become consumers of each other's products and will create demand for one another. The balanced growth, that is known as the balanced growth. So that is simultaneous investment in large number of industries creates mutual demand. So it's large number of that is simultaneous investment in large number of industries simultaneously creates mutual demand. So mutual demand in each other's industries. Thus, through the strategy of balanced growth, vicious circle of poverty operating on the demand side of capital formation can be easily broken. So, just following the strategy of balanced growth, vicious circle of poverty operating on the demand side of capital formation can be easily broken. So, on supply side, the marginal rate of savings should be greater than average rate of savings. Then the vicious circle of poverty can be easily broken on supply side. On demand side, if investment is made in several industries simultaneously, the workers employed in various industries will become consumers of each other's products and will create demand for one another. That is known as, balanced growth, the strategy of balanced growth. So, vicious circle of poverty operating on the demand side of capital formation can be easily broken by following the strategy of balanced growth. So, we have learned the vicious circle of poverty both on supply side and demand side, which greatly affects the less developed countries, and also the methods that can be easily followed by these countries to break up the vicious circle of poverty on both supply side and demand side. Let us continue learning, planning and other types of planning and so on in the next class. Thank you for listening.